In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NBA games happening on April 2nd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Atlanta Hawks versus Dallas Mavericks. The Atlanta Hawks are set to face off against the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday night in what should be an intriguing matchup. Both teams are coming into this contest off losses, with Atlanta falling to the Trail Blazers and Dallas dropping a game at home against the Nets. Neither squad has been particularly consistent, but with the season winding down, every game carries weight, especially for teams fighting for playoff positioning. Injuries continue to be a problem for both sides. The Hawks remain shorthanded, as Clint Capela and Jalen Johnson are still unavailable. Meanwhile, the Mavericks will once again be without Kyrie Irving, and there's uncertainty surrounding Derek Lively, who is currently listed as questionable. On the positive side for Dallas, they don't have to deal with travel fatigue, having played at home on Monday. The same can't be said for Atlanta, who are on the second night of a back-to-back and may not have fresh legs. Atlanta struggled mightily in their loss to Portland on Tuesday night. They never really found a rhythm and were unable to take control of the game, primarily because their defense just wasn't there. It has been a recurring issue throughout the season, and if they don't tighten things up, Dallas will capitalize. The Mavericks have won 4 of their last 6 games and have been looking better lately, especially with Anthony Davis playing more regularly. Dallas has also performed well against the spread when coming off a loss, holding a 20-17-1 record in those situations. It's a bit strange to see the Mavericks positioned as sizable favorites given how things have gone for them over the past couple of months. However, they are as healthy as they've been in a while. They have the advantage of playing at home, and they're right back in the thick of the play-in tournament hunt. That combination of factors should keep them motivated. On the other hand, the Hawks look completely lifeless in their loss to the Trail Blazers, which doesn't inspire much confidence. It's hard to watch how they played last night and feel good about backing them in this spot. As our first pick for this matchup, the Dallas Mavericks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. One thing Atlanta does well is score the basketball. They rank 5th in the league in total points per game, and putting up points hasn't been an issue for them all season. That should remain the case against a Dallas defense that sits at 17th in points allowed per game. On the other end, the Mavericks should also find success, as they've had some extra rest and currently rank 12th in scoring. The Hawks, who played a home game on Tuesday night, may not have the energy to put up much resistance defensively. The numbers suggest a high-scoring affair, with the over hitting in 18 of Atlanta's last 28 games against Western Conference teams. Additionally, the over is 26-12 when the Hawks are coming off a loss, and it has hit in 21 of the last 28 times Dallas has played an Eastern Conference opponent. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Antonio Spurs versus Denver Nuggets. The 2024-2025 NBA season continues on Wednesday, April 2nd, with an exciting Western Conference matchup featuring the San Antonio Spurs and the Denver Nuggets. This battle will take place at Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado, as the Nuggets host the Spurs in what will be the decisive game of their 3-game regular season series. The first time these two teams met this season, the Spurs managed to pull off a tight 113-110 victory on January 3rd, right here at Ball Arena. However, the Nuggets didn't take long to respond, bouncing back the very next night with a solid 122-111 win at Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Now, both teams will meet for the third and final time in the regular season to settle the score. San Antonio will once again be without 2 key players, as Victor Wembanyama and Aaron Fox remain sidelined. Meanwhile, the Nuggets are also missing important pieces, with Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray still out of action. Despite these injuries, Denver has been the team in better form overall, and with the playoffs quickly approaching, they still have plenty left to fight for. However, the Nuggets enter this game after playing a grueling double overtime contest the night before, which could have a major impact on their energy levels and performance. I really don't know what to expect from Denver in this one, given that they just played an exhausting back-to-back game that included a double overtime battle. ball. They had multiple chances to seal the win in that last contest, but just couldn't close it out, even wasting an incredible 60-point triple-double from Nikola Jokic. On top of that, Russell Westbrook had a disastrous stretch at the end of the game, making mistakes that defy explanation. The heavy minutes played by Denver starters in that game could mean some serious fatigue, and the frustration of that wasted effort might even lead to a sleepless night for the squad. That being said, it's not like the Spurs are in a much better position. They also played last night, and they're an undermanned team that doesn't have much to play for at this point. Denver has a veteran-laden roster that knows how to bounce back, and I'd expect them to shake off their fatigue and take care of business against a Spurs team that is simply waiting for the season to be over. As our first pick for this matchup, the Denver Nuggets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at recent betting trends, the Nuggets have hit the over in 7 of their last 10 games, while the Spurs have gone over the total in 6 of their last 10. Based on the offensive and defensive averages of both teams throughout the season, we arrive at a projected total of 235 points. However, when we factor in both teams' average pace of play, San Antonio playing at a pace of 103.4 possessions per game, it bumps our projection up to 241 points. Even though the Spurs are without Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox, they should still be able to contribute enough points to help push this game over the total. Meanwhile, Denver should have no problem scoring plenty on their own, especially given how weak San Antonio's defense has been lately due to their injuries. Both of these teams love to play at a fast pace, which should only help the scoring in this game. The Nuggets currently rank 5th in the league in possessions per 48 minutes, averaging 100, while the Spurs are not far behind, ranking 13th with an average of 99.3 possessions per 48 minutes. In terms of three-point shooting, the Spurs take a high volume of threes, ranking 8th in the league in three-point attempt rate. On the other hand, Denver takes fewer threes than anyone in the league, ranking 30th in this category, but they make up for it with incredible efficiency, hitting 38.1% of their attempts, which is the 4th best mark in the NBA. However, they struggle to defend the perimeter, ranking 21st in opponent three-point percentage at 36.4%. While those numbers are interesting, what really stands out is Denver's ability to dominate in the paint, where they should have a field day against San Antonio's interior defense. Given the defensive struggles of both teams, this game has all the makings of a high-scoring affair. I expect plenty of fast possessions, open looks, and points piling up on the scoreboard. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Detroit Pistons versus Oklahoma City Thunder. Detroit will be looking to upset the team with the best record in the NBA, Oklahoma City, when the two teams face off on Wednesday night. The Pistons are coming off a tough 123-104 loss to Minnesota, where they were 7.5-point underdogs. Despite the loss, Detroit has shown resilience throughout the season and will need to step up if they want to challenge the powerhouse Thunder. When it comes to head-to-head matchups, Detroit and Oklahoma City have been pretty evenly matched recently, with each team winning 5 of the last 10 meetings. However, Oklahoma City currently holds a 1-0 lead in the 2-game season series, so they have the upper hand at the moment. The Pistons are still a bit shorthanded heading into this game, with Cade Cunningham listed as doubtful for the matchup. On the other hand, the Thunder are missing a couple of players as well, with Ousmane Dieng and Aaron Wiggins both still out. Despite these injuries, Oklahoma City has been on a tear, winning their last 10 games. Meanwhile, Detroit has managed to win 6 of their last 10 contests. In terms of shooting efficiency, the Thunder have the advantage, having made over 51.1% of their shots and 48% of their three-pointers in the last 3 games. The Pistons, in comparison, have made 46% of their shots and 40% of their three-pointers. Oklahoma City also outperforms Detroit at the free throw line, hitting more than 82% of their free throws. The Thunder are excellent at securing offensive rebounds, grabbing over 10 per game, which has helped them rank second in the league in second chance scoring. They also protect the ball well, limiting their opponents' easy scoring opportunities. The Pistons, unfortunately, have struggled defensively, allowing more than 113 points per game in their last 3 games. With a few players potentially out due to injuries and suspensions, it's likely they will have a hard time containing the high-scoring Thunder. While the line might seem harsh on the Pistons, it's important to remember that they are a tough, physical team that competes no matter the situation. The real reason for this line is the Thunder's dominance, not the Pistons' performance. Oklahoma City not only has the best record in the NBA but also boasts a 50-22-4 against the spread record, which translates to a 70.4% cover rate. If you've been backing the Thunder all season, you're likely sitting on a solid profit. The Thunder Thunder are also 10 to 3-1 against the spread in their last 14 games as a double-digit favorite. With their impressive track record, there's really no good reason to bet against Oklahoma City at this point. They have been the most reliable team in the league when it comes to covering spreads. As our first pick for this matchup, we're taking Oklahoma City to win and cover the spread as favorites as our full game side pick. On the total points front, the Pistons have hit the over in 5 of their last 6 games, while the Thunder have done the same in their last 2 contests. Detroit is averaging 115.5 points per game and playing at the 5th fastest pace in the league, with 103.9 possessions per game. They'll be facing a Thunder team that allowed 111 points per game in their last 3 games, which could make for a high-scoring affair. Oklahoma City, on the other hand, is averaging 120 points per game and playing at the 11th fastest pace with 103.2 possessions per game. They are up against a Pistons defense that has allowed 114 points per game in their last 3 outings. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been on fire lately, and given his exceptional scoring ability, backing the over seems like a good idea, especially against a Pistons defense that's been inconsistent. As mentioned, Detroit has struggled at the free throw line, giving up 18.8 made free throws per game, which ranks 29th in the NBA. This could push the total points up even further. In their last 2 games, Oklahoma City put up 132 and 145 points, easily hitting the over in both games. On the season, they have a record of 41 to 33 to 2 on overs and 24 to 13 to 1 at home. The Pistons have surpassed the over in 5 of their last 6 games, and on the road, they average 104 possessions per game, the 4th highest mark in the league. Oklahoma City, playing at home, averages 103.7 possessions, tying for 8th in pace. As our second pick for this matchup, we're going with the over on the projected total as our full game total pick. New Orleans Pelicans versus Los Angeles Clippers. On Wednesday night, in the heart of La La Land, the Los Angeles Clippers will play host to the New Orleans Pelicans. The Clippers are coming off a solid stretch, having won 3 of their last 4 games. They're looking to make a statement and get some revenge after suffering a road loss to the Pelicans on March 11th. New Orleans, on the other hand, has already been eliminated from playoff contention, so they are just finishing out the remainder of the regular season. The Pelicans are still missing a number of key players, including Zion Williamson, Trey Murphy, C.J. McCollum, and Brandon Boston. Meanwhile, the Clippers are also without Amir Coffey and Jordan Miller. The Pelicans are essentially in playout mode, with their best players sidelined for the rest of the season. The Clippers, in contrast, are gaining momentum at the perfect time as the playoffs draw near, and they seem to be finding their groove when it matters most. New Orleans has won 2 of their last 3 games, including a victory over the Clippers at home on March 11th. However, it's important to note that both of their recent wins came against teams already eliminated from playoff contention. In their win over Los Angeles, they had their top 3 scorers in the lineup, but that won't be the case for the remainder of the season. The Pelicans' only active player averaging double digits in points missed their most recent game due to a back injury and is listed as day-to-day for this matchup. As for the Clippers, they've won 3 of their last 4 and are an impressive 9-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. With New Orleans missing 4 of its best players and having no real incentive to compete, the Clippers find themselves in a position where a win is crucial. I expect Los Angeles to take full advantage of the situation and dominate New Orleans in this matchup. Ivica Zubac is likely to have a field day in the paint, and the Clippers' strong defense should be far too much for the injury-riddled Pelicans. Over their last 10 games, the Clippers have posted a remarkable plus 16.2 net rating, while the Pelicans have a negative minus 10.5 net rating in the same stretch. Given the circumstances, I don't see the Pelicans putting up much of a fight in this one. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Clippers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. When the Clippers and Pelicans faced off on March 11th in New Orleans, the total went over. However, the total has gone under in the Pelicans' last 3 games, which was the winning call for the Clippers in their most recent matchup. New Orleans is incredibly shorthanded, with the only active player averaging double digits in points having missed their last game with a back injury. There's no guarantee that player will be available for this game either. Both teams struggled offensively in their most recent outings, failing to score in double digits, and both teams shot poorly overall. The Pelicans are lacking in offensive firepower and will likely have a tough time putting up efficient points against the Clippers. Over their last 5 games, New Orleans has been scoring just 108 points per 100 possessions while averaging averaging 97.7 possessions per 48 minutes. The Clippers, on the other hand, have been averaging 97.7 possessions per 48 minutes in their last 5 games as well, and their defense has been solid for most of the season. 6 of the Pelicans' last 9 games overall and 10 of their last 15 matchups with the Clippers have gone under the total. With both teams struggling on offense and the Pelicans lacking the necessary firepower, don't expect a high-scoring game here. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.